In a no-clip interview, Deathloop's creative director, Dinga Bakaba, recalled being asked how to play an immersive sim. His response was simple: they design everything so you can play however you want. But that got me thinking, how does it look in practice? After all, one of the defining features of an immersive sim is the freedom to solve problems in multiple ways. You can eliminate every enemy, sneak past unnoticed, or even find an alternate route to bypass a section entirely. The genre is essentially a sandbox where even your most naive idea can actually work. But how is this different, say, from a GTA game? Well, it all comes down to details. Games like GTA give you a vast open world with plenty of freedom, but its systems are mostly rigid. You can drive, fight, or even sneak around, but the world reacts in a pre-programmed way. There's no reason to play GTA stealthily, it was never intended to be played like that, even though the system is there and can be used outside of missions. Immersive sims like Dishonored or Deus Ex trade scale for deeper interaction. Your choices actively shape the environment, forcing actors in that environment to react differently. For instance, if you go on a violent spree long enough, cities in Dishonored become darker and more hostile. Guards become more alert, more rats spread the plague, and NPCs treat you with fear or distrust. On the other side, a stealthy, non-lethal approach keeps the environment calmer with fewer patrols and a brighter atmosphere. Similarly, in Prey, decisions like saving or ignoring survivors affect the Talos' ecosystem. Using alien powers makes security systems see you as a threat, while human abilities keep things stable but make it harder to handle mechanical threats. The game world responds to how you evolve and how you play the game. Another difference is that in GTA, missions usually follow a set structure. Drive here, shoot this guy, talk to that person. Simply put, there's a limited number of ways to complete a certain objective. Immersive sims, on the other hand, let you tackle objectives however you want. In Prey, for example, you could climb onto a locked room using your glue gun or mimic a coffee mug to slip through the gap. These methods aren't limited to story missions or specific scenarios. You can do this whenever you like, provided it works. That said, all of this doesn't mean that GTA is pre-programmed entirely. The game offers emergent gameplay, or rather emergent chaos, where NPCs react unpredictably to your actions. You might start a simple car chase that'll spiral into a full-blown mayhem as civilians panic, cars explode, and wanted levels escalate. But this chaos stems from broad systemic reactions rather than deep player agency. Immersive sims focus on deeper interactions. In these games, the environment itself is a toolkit. Spilling oil to set enemies on fire or using vents to bypass security isn't just random fun, it's intentional design. At their core, immersive sims are about creative problem solving and responding to the game's systems, whereas GTA leans into open world chaos with more fixed gameplay loops. That doesn't mean you can't approach GTA like an immersive sim. You can, but the game was never built for that kind of play. So returning to the question, how do you play an immersive sim? Well, I've distilled the answer into 3 categories, with the first one being is understanding the basics. Immersive sims are built around systems interacting with each other, creating a dynamic sandbox where you can solve problems in multiple ways. To get the most out of these games, it's crucial to learn how your abilities work and influence the world. When starting an immersive sim, take the time to read through the tutorials or play the introductory levels. I know tutorials can sometimes feel like a drag, but they are often thoughtfully designed to show you how the world works and how you can interact with it. For example, in Dishonored, early missions teach you about Far Reach, or Blink if you picked Corvo, by presenting situations where it's practically the only option you can use. Likewise, in Deus Ex, tutorial prompts might highlight the use of vents for stealth or the benefits of upgrading your augmentations. These moments aren't just about learning the controls, they're about understanding how to approach the world's systems. Taking the time to grasp these basics isn't just helpful, it's empowering. The more you understand the tools at your disposal, the more freedom you'll feel to experiment and find creative solutions as the game progresses. Think of it as laying the groundwork for an experience where the possibilities are limited only by your imagination. The next key to immersive sims is experimentation. These games are built to reward creative thinking. They encourage you to try different approaches, so when playing one, don't hesitate to think outside of the box. For instance, stacking objects to reach higher platforms might seem like a clunky solution, but in games like Braid, this kind of ingenuity can bypass locked doors or let you access restricted areas. In Deus Ex, using EMP grenades to disable security cameras are practical but non-obvious solutions that reflect the game's systemic design. Enemy manipulation is another area where unconventional methods shine. Instead of engaging foes head-on, you might lure them into traps, hack their turrets, or use environmental hazards like explosive barrels to thin their ranks. Immersive sims often layer systems to create unexpected outcomes. You might use a noise-making gadget to lure enemies into a puddle, then electrify it moments later. It sounds elaborate, but since enemies in these games are usually deadly and can take you out quickly, the effort to outsmart them pays off. The results often lead to moments where you think, I can't believe this worked. Even if your plan feels risky or unpolished, the game often supports your effort. Whether it's climbing on unintended ledges, using powers creatively, or reinterpreting a mechanic entirely, immersive sims reward your curiosity with new opportunities, tools, or story elements. When playing, embrace the freedom to explore every possibility, no matter how unconventional it may seem. It's often where the genre's magic lies. The last point about immersive sims is that failure isn't the end. It's often the beginning of some of the most memorable moments. These games thrive on unpredictability, where setting off an alarm or getting caught can lead to a cascade of unexpected events that force you to adapt. For instance, tripping a security system in Deus Ex might send guards rushing to your location, but it also gives you a chance to outwit them by hacking a nearby turret or escaping through an overlooked vent. The beauty of immersive sims lies in their ability to turn mistakes into opportunities. Rather than punishing failure, they often encourage you to think on your feet and experiment with creative solutions. You might accidentally alert enemies but discover a hidden route while evading them, or you could use a failed stealth attempt as a chance to test your combat skills and see how the game's systems respond. And if you're hesitant about losing progress, take advantage of the save system. Saving often and creating multiple save points allows you to try different approaches without fear of being locked into a bad decision. Whether you're testing the effectiveness of an ability, experimenting with environmental hazards, or simply seeing how NPCs react, quick saves and reloads let you explore the full range of possibilities. Failure isn't just a setback, it's a learning tool. Every misstep you make teaches you more about the game's systems and opens up new ways to play, making the journey as rewarding as the destination. In conclusion, let your curiosity guide you. Playing an immersive sim isn't about following a set path or doing things the right way. It's about embracing the freedom to experiment, solve problems creatively, and interact with a world designed to respond to your choices. Unlike games with rigid systems, immersive sims invite you to approach challenges however you see fit, rewarding curiosity and adaptability. So if you're still wondering how to play one, the answer is simple. Explore, experiment, and enjoy the unpredictability of the journey. And with that, I hope you enjoyed this introduction to immersive sims. It's a fascinating genre that can be hard to get into, but it's totally worth your time. If you're already a fan, let me know what made it click for you. And if you're new, I love to hear what you found the most challenging. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more content like this.